Hey guys, welcome back, and in this video I'll be going over my current Nerf HPA setup. I will include links down below on everything I can find links for. If I find something that is close to a part I use, I will also link it. First off, a very fast crash course in how HPA bottles work. First off, this is a bottle. This holds all your air, and this is your first stage regulator or SLP. This takes your bottle pressure down to 300 psi. This is a universal fill adapter, and this turns your bottle on or off. Next, the air will travel to the second stage regulator, which takes 300 psi down to our usable Nerf pressures like 70 psi to 50 psi. And this is the Nitto fitting that our air line connects to. If you want a more in-depth look at how the system works, check out Spectre's video. Card will be in the top corner. To start off, let's look at my bottle. I use a Ninja 4500 psi bottle. A bottle this size is perfect for a day's worth of play, and I have never ran out of air when my bottle is at an event. For my first stage regulator, I use a Ninja Pro V2 4500 psi to 300 psi SLP regulator. SLP stands for super low pressure. This regulator drops 4500 psi to 300 psi, allowing our second stage regulator to then allow us to use pressures suitable for Nerf applications. You can buy bottles with regs pre-installed, which I did. Just to note, I also have a Ninja Pro regulator gauge on the SLP. This gauge tells you how much pressure is left in your bottle, and every regulator comes with one. For the top half of the system, I use a Ninja UFA or Universal Fill Adapter. Nothing special, this just opens and closes the regulator, allowing air to pass through. I then have a small connector fitting that connects the UFA to the second stage regulator. It's a 1/8 NPT to 1/4 inch connector, and most good pneumatic stores will carry them. For the second stage regulator, I use a Norgren R72G 2AK RMG regulator. This regulator drops 300 psi from our first regulator to our usable pressures. This regulator is fantastic and has an amazing flow rate to keep up with any blaster. This regulator can handle single action blasters as well as semi-auto blasters. On top of the regulator, I have a gauge that reads out my operating pressure and tells me what pressures the blaster is receiving. The final part of the rig is the Series 21 Nitto fitting at the end of the Norgren. I have never had any problems with the Nitto, and gives you a nice bulky quick disconnect to grab onto. To charge the bottle up, I use this PCP air rifle pump I got off eBay. Dean from Blaster Tech recommended it to me and is a fantastic way to charge your bottle. It hooks up to the filling port on the bottle and takes roughly 20 minutes of constant pumping to get to 1000 psi. As I said previously, combine this pumping with a morning workout routine and your bottle will be ready whenever you want it, while giving you a great workout. It's also way cheaper than a compressor built to charge our bottles. The final pneumatic parts are for the airline. I use Nitto fittings to connect to the blasters as well. I have a small ball valve allowing me to shut my air off without turning my bottle off, and 8mm hose to give good flow to the blaster. That's it for the bottle setup. Let's look at the gear I use to get this rig around. The first piece of gear I use is this little bottle tank cover I got off Spectre. This just protects your bottle from the elements and from small drops you may have. There are heaps on the market and some pretty sweet ones as well. To lug my bottle around, I use a chest rig I picked up off nfstrike.com to carry the bottle. I strictly use the vest for my bottle and no other gear, as my battle belt has everything I need to run my blasters. I chose a vest over a belt, as having a bottle on your belt restricts movement drastically, as well as being very uncomfortable, whereas having a setup on your back allows movement and almost feels like you're lugging around nothing. The pouch I use to hold the bottle is a Valken Tactical VTAC Molly tank pouch. This pouch can fit 90% of the bottles you throw at it and is fantastic to use. Simply throw your bottles in, tighten down the 3 straps, and hook the elastic over, and your bottle is all secure. I have never had a problem with the pouch and is a must for anyone wanting to go HPA. A few other parts I have in my rig are a water bottle pouch and small airline holders. I hooked the Vulcan pouch straps through the molly of the water bottle pouch to store a LiPo in. This allows me to run my compressor in the Vulcan pouch and run HPA or LPA when I want to. The compressor is a tight fit, but I have never had it drop out on me due to the pouch's straps holding it down. The final little part I have on my rig are these small molly clips Dean from Blaster Tech designed. They allow you to feed your line through and hold it in place, so your line does not get tangled on your gear. Blaster Tech does not retail these, but Dean may in the future if there's enough demand for them. That's it for this one, guys. I hope you learned something and enjoyed the video. For some of the parts you may need to adventure to your local pneumatic store to get the right ones, as finding those little parts are hard online. Just to remind you, I have provided links down below for you to check out the gear. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to catch up with me when I'm not making videos, check out my Facebook and Instagram pages down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.